Good morning, good morning. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. I want to thank all of you who always listen to each and every episode that we do put out whenever we upload a new episode. To those that like as well as comment, thank you very much, so much appreciated. The following confession that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a message that I received from one of our dear sister. The message, it reads like this: "Hello, how are you? Can you please post my story as anonymous? I am a woman and I can't tell you from which country I do come from. I need advice, especially your advice. If you have ever dealt with a ritualist before, in this case, can we say that this man is a ritualist or not?" So I joined this other group where you grow your own page. I then met a guy. This man, he is a black African. That is all that I can tell you about him. We do not come from the same country. We then started to talk about growing our pages. Then he said that he wanted me to send him my pics. So I did send him, and then he also sent me his own pictures, and I was really impressed. The guy, he is quite a lovable guy, and this is where there is a twist to the story. The guy, he said that he wants us to be professional, but when we meet, he wants us to sleep with each other because he's going to promote me. I'm scared. Is this man a human trafficker or is he a ritualist? He suggested that he wants me to go to Dubai. We are going to meet in Dubai. We are strangers. We just met on the internet. He said that all that he does is that he looks for talent, and he's saying that he has seen that I have talent. But when I look at the things that I'm doing on social media, really, there is no talent, because all that I was trying to do was to imitate what other women are doing, because I saw them growing their pages. Like, there are women, those that take pictures even sitting on the bed, just showing a little bit of your panty and thighs. That is what I was trying to do. But me, I would be hiding my face because I'm embarrassed. I don't want people who know me to see that this is me. So he's saying that it is great talent. I can go very far with that. So he's saying that we are both professionals, but he wants to sleep with me when we meet in Dubai. I'm scared. I already have gotten a passport. After my passport was out, that was when I started asking myself, what is it exactly that I'm doing here? What am I trying to achieve? He said that if I go to Dubai and meet up with him, instantly I can have 1 million followers. So I don't know, he's going to pay for my time when I spent the 2 weeks in Dubai. He said 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks of December, then I'll be back so that I can celebrate Christmas with my family. I need advice. I have come across your video of a snake that was spitting out money in a hotel, and this terrified me because I once had a dream about that before I had even met this guy. I once saw myself in a hotel. I even laughed and I said, where will I ever be taken to such a beautiful hotel that is so high up there in the sky? That is how tall the hotel was when I saw it in my dreams. So when I saw that video of the snake, it made me to feel so much terrified. Hence, I have sent this message to you. Do not speak of my nationality or the nationality of this man. Just say that we are two black Africans, a man and a woman, and we have never met each other. Just that we met online in a group where you grow your page. That is where I met this man. Will you advise me with your experience to go to Dubai or not? Please make sure that you follow up on the people that would have commented on my confession. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to us by one of our dear sister right there. Let us try to speak with him in the comment section. It is very strange, but I think that this man maybe is not a ritualist, but once you land in Dubai, then it is over. It's obvious that this person, it seems as if he is into human trafficking. That is what I think about this guy. But let us help our dear sister in the comment section. Then there is another message as well that we received. It comes from our dear sister, and the translation of that message, it reads like this: "Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my story as hidden identity? I am a woman who is now staying in Joburg. I came to South Africa, then I started to stay with this other man. We stayed together as husband and wife. So I saw that this man, he was using me because he did not want to go with me to Zim so that he can pay for my bride price. That was when I started to look for another man. I then found a guy who stayed in Thoyando in Venda, and he lied to me. He told me that he had a good job there. So I ran away from my boyfriend and I started staying in Thoyando. The moment that I arrived there in Venda, I was heartbroken because of the situation that I found myself in. This man, he was broke and poor. He had lied to me that he had a good job at the house where he was staying. He had been given a place to stay, and the conditions were that he was supposed to do all the garden work at that house, and he won't pay any rent since the people, they are not using that house. This man was just suffering, and I was never meant to suffer, and I refused to suffer with a man. So then I started to think about ways where I can be able to get a man so that I can get out of that situation. I then joined this other group for vendor dating. I downloaded pictures of another woman that I do not even know so that I can use her pictures. And then I posted, and men, they went to the admin, and I got the phone numbers of different men from the admin. Of all the men that I started to speak with, one particular man, he took my interest. He was someone that seemed to be financially stable. He then told me that he had a guest house in Trichadt, and I was staying in Thoyando, and he wanted us to meet. He wanted to come to my place. I was scared because I was staying with another man. I said, how about you send me money, then I can come so that we can meet in Trichadt. And he said, okay, it's fine. So then that was when I waited for the man that I was staying with. He went to Messina to do a piece job, and then I went to the ATM and I took the money and I went to Louis. When I arrived there, the man had said that we were going to his place, but then he said, let me go and show you my guest house. We then went to his guest house. When we arrived there, this guest house, it is quite an old house. It is like an abandoned building. When we arrived there was one woman who was at the reception area. This woman then directed me to this other room, which was the last room at the end of this very long corridor. And this abandoned like house, some other rooms, they had no lighting. Even the big passage, it was so dark and scary, and the lights were not on. I then went into that room. The windows were still open, but it was getting a little bit dark. So then that was when I saw a man that was standing outside. This man, he was holding a long machete knife. He was looking at me. I panicked. This man, I saw him in a vision. The only thing that I managed to grab, because of what I felt at that time, I grabbed my passport and my phone. I had taken out my passport out of my handbag, and I had placed my phone on top of the passport. And then that was when I jumped out of the window. And the moment that I jumped out of the window, there were men that entered. All of them, they were vendors speaking. They were holding guns. They started looking for me. I hid myself behind this other big hedge. Like, this house, it is so scary. No one even looks after this place. I started running, hiding myself behind trees, behind the tall hedges. And I ran, and I saw a taxi. I got onto the taxi even though I did not have any money. When we were in Louis, the taxi driver said that he wanted his money because I was the last one that was in the taxi. And then I told him about my experience. He then said to me, you are not safe. I am taking you to my place. So this man, when he said that he wanted to take me to his place since I was not safe. I thought that he was doing it for the goodness of his heart. I waited for him until it was late, and then he said that it was time for us to go to Thoyando. And then when we were in Thoyando, that was when I said, wait, but since we are already in the area where I am staying, at least I can even walk on foot. It is far much better than to go with this man to his place. By then he had not suggested that he wanted to sleep with me, so I did not even know that this was what he had in mind when he said, I want to take you to my house. And I thought that he was married. And then he said, no, you are not safe. These people, they can be looking for you. You need to come with me to my place. So we then left the taxi rank, and then we went to his house. We arrived there, and I found out that he was staying with his mother. He then said, come to my room. The moment that I entered into his room, he said that he wanted to take something out. I did not realize that he had locked the door. He locked me in his room, and later on he came and he said that he wanted to make love to me. I could not even refuse. He did not even use any protection at all. So then I saw that this situation was very tough for me. I did nothing. The next day, I then went back to the place where I was staying with my boyfriend. He did not even know that this was what had happened to me. He then came back from Messina. He had some money that he had made on his piece job. I said, this man, he is going to say that I am a cruel woman, but I need to do this. If I keep on living under this situation, I'll end up meeting a man that is going to kill me. I stole his money when he was at work, and then I got onto the taxi, and then I came to Johannesburg. So the man that I am currently staying with right now does not even know that this is my secret. This is what I did, because we were on the same taxi that we traveled with coming to Johannesburg, and he proposed love to me, and I then told him that it was okay. We then started to stay together. What has brought me here is I need to know from your listeners, is it even necessary for me to tell the men that I'm staying with that this is what happened to me and why I need your listeners to help me? It is because I was traumatized by what happened to me, and sometimes I have some episodes where I have flashbacks and I can be fast asleep in bed with the men that I'm staying with, and then I'll have a flashback, and then when I wake up I will go and I will grab a knife as if I want to stab the man that I'm staying with. So he does not understand what the hell is happening to me. I just want him to understand that it is not me and it is not him. It is because of what happened to me, and I'm scared that if I tell him, then he is going to say that I am someone that is very loose because I wanted to sleep with another man whilst I was staying with another man. Then I slept with another taxi driver as well. So I'm scared that you will end up breaking with me. Please give me advice. I'll be following through in the comment section. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. Let us try to assist our dear sister in the comment section. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world. Must she tell her current boyfriend that this is what happened or not? You can speak with her in the comment section. Then there is another message as well that was sent to me by one of our dear brother. The message, it reads like this: hello brother Nashi, how are you? I own a fleet of taxis and I'm looking forward to buying my first bus because I want to get into that business for a very long time. I've been working towards that goal and I am about to achieve that goal, but I have come here with my confession, a confession that I can't even tell people, those that know me, but yet it troubles me each and every day in my heart. I am based in Harare. If any of your followers know of any Pentecostal church where I can find help, where people, if I go to that church, they won't be after my money, because I once approached this famous passed a prophet from our country, and he charged me $8,000 so that he can destroy the tokoloshis. But after that, nothing happened. He just benefited from that money. So I need a true Pentecostal church that can help me to get rid of these tokoloshis. This is how I ended up having these tokoloshis that are troubling me to this very day. My parents, they were very poor, but my father's brother, my uncle, was very rich. So he took me to one of his houses in the village, and his wife hated me quite a lot. So they were using me without even paying me any single cent. One day, after I had been beaten up by some of their workers because I had lost the cows when I was busy heading them in the pastures, they said, return back and find those cattle that you lost. So I went, and it was already getting dark. After I had found them, when I was walking back to the village, that was when I picked up a brown leather bag, and I looked inside and I saw that there was money, US dollars. I then threw it away because I did not want to be suspicious, and then I used another road so that people won't suspect that it was I that had picked up the money. When I got to the compound, I then cut open this other blanket that I was using, and I put the money in there because it was quite an old blanket. Then I tried to use the money, but the money would always return to me. I then ran away, and I started staying in Gweru with this other friend of mine. He was much more older. We then used his ID to buy a taxi, and we started to operate as taxi owners. But even though we did not work each and every day, we were making money. He was the one whom I told about this secret. So when he saw this bag, he felt jealous. He wanted this bag all to himself. He then stole it from me. He left the taxi and he ran away to Harare. He bought an Isuzu KB double cab, and then after he was driving out of that dealership, he had a terrible accident and he died on the spot. So this leather bag, what it does is that even if I try to throw it away, it always returns back to me. In Gweru, there are many prophets that tried to pray for me, but those prophets, they did not help me at all. In this leather bag, there are heads of 3 people. These people, they are 2 women and 1 man. It seems as if these people, they were murdered, and the way that these tokologists tell me half of their history, they were murdered, and at the time when they were being murdered, there was another person that was holding this leather bag wide open so that the blood can flow into the bag. That is why this bag is always full of money. I have asked them, where do they come from? Who killed them? Their names, but they laugh whenever I ask them. They do not want to tell me. I have a lot of problems that I am facing in my life. When I try to go to church, I am always told to do things. Some of the things that I am told to do, they can even end up with me getting arrested. So I need advice from your listeners. Do you know any church, any Pentecostal church in Harare? If I go to that church, where I can be able to get help, because I am tired. I have had so many kids with different women because this is a ritual that I did to impregnate as many women as I can, because these tokologists, they directed me to do that. They said that if it will ever happen that we want blood, we will sacrifice one amongst your children. So try to have as many kids as possible so that we can have a feast when it is time for you to start feeding us. So this is the situation. I do not want the children that I gave birth to suffer because of my sins. This money, it keeps on coming to me, but I am tired. I do not want this leather bag anymore. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear brother. Let us try to speak with our dear brother in the comment section. He is looking for any good Pentecostal church that he can go to where he can be able to find help. These were the messages that I had for you in this episode. Let us meet again in the following episode. Again, thanking all of you who regularly listen to all of our confessions. Let's meet again in the following episode.